Well, hello, all of you PEMFers. Welcome to another Thursday Live here at the Association of PEMF Professionals. I am Dr. Jerry Dreessen, the Executive Director here at the AOPP, and every Thursday we broadcast live on what's new in the world of PEMF or things related to PEMF. Also, we're champions on people building businesses using PEMF, as you'll see in today's talk. And with that, without further ado, let's jump in to our Thursday welcome. And if you have been following us, we are at part 2 on what's trending in PEMF. And we asked and AI answered. So what I'd like to do is walk you through this crazy thing called AI and what we were able to find when we did some trending questions. And one of the things that those of you who are looking or are like, what is PEMF all about? But pulsed electromagnetic field therapy is seeing a surge in interest with recent developments highlighting its potential across various medical applications. And here are the key trends based on the current web data. Now, last week I talked about how the US was as far as trending. And this week I thought I'd take another step out into our international side. And as you can see, the United States has more trending, but Canada is next, and then Australia, and then Taiwan, and then the United Kingdom. So we are seeing a pretty good surge on all countries. In fact, we are in the AOPP. We have 17 countries that we are working with. So we're very international. And those of you that are watching this live or recorded version, welcome to the show. And what I want to do next is jump right in and talk about how AI answered our question about trending in AI and machines. And so why these machines are trending. And there is portability and power. Smaller units are offering strong intensities previously only found in clinics. So yeah, there are major, medium, and minor devices that are out there, but there's also multimodal healing. So we have mats combining now with infrared light therapy, negative ions, crystals, catering to both therapy and holistic wellness. And then custom frequencies and data tracking. So there are devices that offer anywhere from a low frequency relaxation to ultra high frequencies, with some integrating app-based analytics for personalized tracking. So what that is basically talking about is, now you have an app that you can program your device, but then it also gives feedback on what's going on. So there's some pretty cool things going on there. And of course, many of those are FDA cleared and then recommended by physical therapy professionals, doctors, chiropractors, hospitals. And you can see, on air voices like Joe Rogan and Gary Brecka are all talking about PEMF. It's gone from what is it to do you have one, or I have one, what kind of brand do you have? So huge growth in this whole world of PEMF. How do you choose the right machine? Well, according to AI, there's some things that you want to look at as far as considerations. And so form factor. So do you want a portable device? Do you want a full body mat or a targeted applicator? Field strength and frequency. Is it high Gauss or low frequency mats? And then as far as neuro applications or applicators for that too. And some of them are designed for putting on the head or over the head, or, smaller placements on the body. And again, with animals too. So there's these huge loops that you can put on horses and grizzly bears, and all the way down to just some very small wrist wraps that very, focused places like that. Combined therapies. So again, we talk about infrared heat, light, negative ions, gemstones, bonus benefits. So there's a lot of different ones that are out there, again, based on your holistic views and where you want to go with that connectivity and tracking. So do you want app controls or session analytics? And then also, smart devices that give you that information where you can program what you're using. And then, of course, budget. And the big one, warranty. So mats range anywhere from $379 to $2,500 for the standalone products. But if you have the large unit that delivers, through attachments, then you're looking at a larger investment too, all the way up to the, I think, $20,000 range if you're, commercial sized unit. And then higher ends typically include a longer trial period and support, and also the warranties. And, will they take it back and fix it? What's the turnaround time? Will they give you a loaner when you are working on these things and something breaks? If it's inside the warranty, do you have to, does it cost you money to ship it and then they send it back? Or, is it all inclusive? That's all part of the, when you're buying it, going through and making sure that those things are included, or, at least know, buyer beware, if it breaks, what happens next. And then why do these stand out for commercial use? And again, if you're a clinic like I am, I want the heavier grade system. If you are out on the field, you're going to go more portable. You're going to have like a Jackery system for your battery for being out on the field. And there is also clinics where you can show up and there's 10 PEMF units, and it's like a spa where everybody sits down in a chair and uses it. So there's all kinds of variations on using this, but the industrial grade durability, rugged cases for constant use. I've got one that's in a case on wheels with a handle, so it can be wheeled out to different places too. So I have two PEMF units. I have a desktop version that's just, it's on the table and that's where it'll always be, and I have a portable unit, so I can do both. I can go to events and set up PEMF as well. But I need a plug-in and I need a surge protector. So those are other things to think about too, as far as protecting your units. High intensity and precision. So, how many Gauss, how many Tesla, what is the total power output? Do you need that much? It depends on what you're working on, because you can have a machine cranked up to full output and working on a wrist, and the patient or the person isn't even feeling it. And you can have it just barely on a mat with somebody sitting on it and they're saying, turn it down. And it's like, I don't think I can turn it down. It's pretty, that's like at the very minimum. And so what I'll do in a case like that, of course, is I will take the unit that I have, and I'll take a towel, or have them, if they've got a jacket, they can wear their jacket. So basically padding the distance between the device and the person to decrease that output. So create an air gap or a cloth gap or a pad gap kind of a thing. So that way it's not as intense of a problem for them. And then next, as far as, the bottom line on all of these things that we've been talking about, is that the top PEMF trends gravitate toward portable, powerful, multimodal, and increasingly smart enabled devices. Those that are building these devices know that, and they are, researching and trying to build out, the next model, kind of like the smartphones. The model for 2026 has already, been produced and is being, worked on and trying to break it, kind of a thing. So we know that a lot of the companies are designing these things. The question is, can you retrofit any of these to your device? And that would be something that, talk to your manufacturer about, or if they have a swap ability, like you can upgrade and swap out your device for their newest one. So Whether you're aiming for high-intensity therapy, full-body wellness, relaxation, or neurologically targeted sessions, there's a solution tailored to your priorities. I have people come into the clinic and they use it because it's the best 10 minutes or the best 20 minutes of their day where they can just sit there and relax. I have people falling asleep using it. I have other people that are kind of on the edge of their seat because it literally is turned down just barely below their tolerance, but they like that because the after effects, how they feel, they are coming in less time between sessions because it is going in and changing things. So it just all depends on the person, depends on what you're trying to accomplish, and then of course their health history. And then finally, in final thoughts, for professional high volume use, then you need to prioritize the durability. If it's solid state versus a spark gap or protective casing. And those of you that still have the spark gap, that does need to be recalibrated after a while because the space that is the spark is what generates the frequency. And if that's changed at all, then your full frequency as far as, lining up the Earth's magnetic field starts to change a little bit. So the more you can calibrate that gap to simulate Earth's frequency, the better results you'll get when you're using it. And then also the rich feature set. So programming, monitoring, user interfaces, all of those things to consider, and then support and certifications. And again, we talked about that with warranty terms, FDA approval, any certifications that they offer, any training that they offer as far as the company. And we've been able to partner with some of these companies where the AOPP, we are the certification education for that company, and it's helped them out a lot because that's one less thing they have to worry about. But they've vetted us and they know that we provide the best certification for PEMF based on what they had. So some of you are here as a result of our negotiations with manufacturers to allow us to be the one to provide the certification programs. And there are more manufacturers that are out there that don't have one. And if you are manufacturing PEMF devices and you need somebody to do certification for you, give us a call. We're more than happy to talk to you about what it is that we have to offer, and which includes these live talks that we do as far as keeping people in the know on what's happening with PEMF. So in closing here, this is part 2 of a part 3 series. So next week we'll be doing the same thing where we conclude what we've got going on with our trending. There might be a 4th part too. So we're in talks with that as far as what to put together. But if you are interested in what you've seen, what can you do? Well, again, every place where we are, our blog, our Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, hop out to those areas and just click like or subscribe. And that helps us spread our word out via the algorithmic system that's out there. There's a new word for you. And then also, I thought I'd just drop this in too. If you are looking to build your business and you're looking for some guides to do that, I have a marketing agency, and I've worked with some of you in the past too. We also offer that on the membership side, but there are some free guides here. So if you're interested in building out your Google profile, your Apple Business Connect, how to do blogs, how to laser target new customers, what to post in social media, you can go down. I'll drop this in the remarks also, this link. But you can go here and you can grab these for free, and it'll help you with your business. Or if you're thinking about building a website, these are good things to start out with. And again, we have a membership only side. And those of you that are members, I've already dropped that information on that side. So if you're interested, you can go in there and click. And some of you have already done that. I did that yesterday. So I've already seen some of you with interest on that. And it also if you've ever thought about what a geogrid is, it's like, how does your business show up in the area where you are for your keywords? And it goes into some of that as well. So in closing, again, those of you that are visiting us for the first time, on our website is our code of ethics as far as who we are, what we're about, and what our goals are. And that's to help anybody with a PEMF machine learn about their machine, best practices. If they're in a business, here's the best way to run your business. And when you are out working on other people or animals, we have professionals. We have our animal professionals, our human professionals teaching these courses. So you get the best from the best. And again, I want to thank all of you for joining me today. And if you have any questions, info@pemfprofessionals.com is the email. If you want to know more about us, of course, go onto the website, pemfprofessionals.com. You can look at some of our research. You get 3 research articles that you can look at without being a member. And then you can look at our different certifications we have for individual people. We also have for businesses. So we have group memberships as well and certifications. So with that, again, I want to thank you for your time today. We've had lots of fun presenting these lives. And again, based on your suggestions too. So thank you so much for everything that you've done for us. And we look forward to serving you more with great things to come. So we'll see you in the next live. Thanks again.